Hello everyone, you are watching the station identification of one of New Bedford, Massachusetts resident YouTubers, Mr. Eric Lima over here. You are watching WEML-TV, channel 77, episode number 18. January 12, 2021. What's going on, everybody? Hope everyone is having a wonderful day, and hope you are feeling very, very blessed. And today we're going to be doing the Raw Roundup from last night, and it's a doozy here. A little bit of major change. Come to find out that Drew McIntyre was tested positive for COVID-19, so he had to quarantine himself for 2 weeks. But won't affect the card of the Royal Rumble. A little bit more on that. Triple H, come to find out, was to arrive at the Thunderdome. He was usually there on business. Possibly some possible changes. But I think it was to confront Randy Orton on what he did at Raw Legends Night. And Randy Orton did interrupt Triple H and insulted him and challenged him to a fight. Triple H originally turned him down until he used the balls in Stephanie's purse insult. And then Triple H proceeds to punch Randy Orton. And Sarah Schreiber interviewed Charlotte Flair about her match with Lacey Evans and what happened with Ric Flair last week. So she was bound and determined to show Lacey Evans what a real lady is. Then, as Charlotte Flair was waiting her opponent, Lacey Evans, in the ring, Lacey Evans was interviewed by Sarah Schreiber, saying she dedicated the match to Ric Flair. So this was a pretty good even matchup. The ladies are both about the same height and same build. And it was an even matchup, but Flair has the advantage and experience. But during the match of Ric Flair, her father ended up. Ric Flair ended up heading down the ringside, and Drew McIntyre did address the W Universe about how COVID is very serious, even though he didn't have any of the symptoms, which is a good thing. But still, he's quarantining himself for 2 weeks, and he wants to protect everybody. And this is wear your mask, socially distance yourself, and whatnot. Little tips about how we can avoid COVID. But Ric Flair did arrive during the Charlotte Flair-Lacey matchup. And then Ric Flair ended up tripping his own daughter. Charlotte Flair had the pin in one of the matches. Charlotte Flair had the pin, but Ric Flair put Lacey Evans' foot on the ropes. Charlotte Flair was like, "What the heck, Dad?" And then all of a sudden, Charlotte Flair went to go finish off Lacey Evans. Ric Flair trips his own daughter on purpose, gives Lacey Evans the victory. And the two, Lacey Evans and Ric Flair, walk out. I'm telling you, this is not cool, Ric Flair. Not cool dishing your daughter like that. But, so Sarah Schreiber did interview Lacey Evans and Ric Flair, and she said, we'll take the conversation back to the hotel. And I was like, oh boy. So, Kayla Braxton was filling in for Charly Caruso. I don't know if Charly Caruso was tested positive as well, or she's doing something else or on assignment. But Kayla Braxton did interview Keith Lee and about his match, about the match he had, the title match between Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. Came up to him and said, "Hey, listen, you earned Drew's respect, he earned mine." And then Miz and Morrison decided to interrupt Keith Lee and Sheamus. And the two run their mouth so much, Keith Lee and Sheamus says, "Hey, how about this, a tag team matchup?" Hey, fine. So, Jeff Hardy was supposed to take on Elias, but instead took on Jackson Ryker. Ryker won the match. Jeff Hardy then challenged Elias, because Elias got himself involved in the matchup, and Jeff Hardy and Elias fought. Hardy did win that matchup. And Sheamus and Keith Lee took on Miz and Morrison in a tag team matchup, which Sheamus and Keith Lee did pick up the victory. And Sarah Schreiber did interview Triple H, and Triple H did accept the challenge for Randy Orton to a fight. And then, after coming back from the commercial break, Keith Lee and Sheamus were going at each other's throats, so they set up the matchup against each other. And Keith Lee did win the matchup. But however, Keith Lee went to go fist bump, Sheamus, but then Sheamus slaps it out and then hugs Keith Lee. The two hug each other. I was like, all right, if these two decide to team up, all tag teams look out. Let me tell you, So, and then Drew McIntyre addressed Bill Goldberg, and then he accepted the challenge. So, January 31st, Royal Rumble, the WWE title will be on the line. McIntyre to defend against Goldberg. I think McIntyre wants to be tested, that's for sure. Matt Riddle was talking to Lucha House Party about his upcoming matchup against Bobby Lashley for the United States Heavyweight title. Xavier Woods represented the New Day because Kofi Kingston got hurt, found out he got a broken jaw, and took on T-Bar. T-Bar won the matchup. And Sarah Schreiber interviewed Randy Orton about his matchup against Triple H. So, Orton basically said he was going to beat Triple H. Then, the United States title matchup, Lashley to defend against Riddle, and Lashley did pick up the victory. And referee saw Matt Riddle actually tap out. But then Riddle calls out MVP. The two had a matchup despite MVP was in his best suit. But Bobby Lashley got involved and won by disqualification. And AJ Styles was talking about Adam Pearce and talking about how he's going to enter the Royal Rumble and win it. He said, I may have to face you for it because Adam Pearce was taking on Roman Reigns for the Universal title. But Drew Gulak interrupts them saying he wants to go in the Royal Rumble. Adam Pearce made a matchup between the two of them. If Drew Gulak beat AJ Styles, he's in the Royal Rumble. And then they showed a whole thing on Goldberg. And then Keith Lee tried to talk to Triple H out of the fight with Orton. He says, I'll fight. I've been into 2 fights already. Let me fight Orton. I'm ready for a third. I'm ready to go. Triple H says, nah, it's okay. Appreciate it, but I got to do this myself. And to understand the fist bump, Keith Lee gives him Triple H's jacket because Keith Lee was signed by Triple H when he was still running things at NXT. So Keith Lee knows him very well. A rematch of sorts. Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke took on Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. With Jackson Baszler picking up the victory with Baszler hitting the Karafuda clutch on Mandy Rose. And then Triple H and Orton went at it in a fight. Lights went out. The lights went out the first time around when Triple H got the sledgehammer. But then all of a sudden, as Triple H was holding the sledgehammer, the top of the sledgehammer, the head of the sledgehammer was on fire. Triple H looking like, what the heck? Lights went out again. Triple H disappears. Here comes Alexa Bliss. And then all of a sudden, Alexa Bliss did a little Hadouken! Threw a fireball at Randy Orton's face, blinding him. Folks, I gotta tell you, that was one crazy thing. Question is, why Ric Flair would betray his own daughter for Lacey Evans? I don't know. I mean, Ric Flair and women, let me tell you. Isn't Ric Flair married to Fifi in real life? I wouldn't be surprised if Charlotte Flair says, I have an idea how to work this out. So this is going to be a heck of a feud, Charlotte Flair and Lacey Evans. Also, is Randy Orton going to be okay? You know, that's another thing, too. So, is the Fiend coming down? Is the Fiend coming back? What's the mind games? I don't know. But one thing's for sure, man. It is going to be crazy. All right, that's it for the Raw ThunderDome Roundup. And I swear I saw Melina in part of among the ThunderDome crowd. You know what? Sometimes celebrities and legends, I don't know if they didn't even acknowledge it. I thought I saw Melina there. But might I digress? Also, tomorrow night starts the first round of the Dusty Cup, Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. The Undisputed Era's Adam Cole and Roderick Strong, who will be in the tournament this year, will be going up against Breeze, the former NXT Tag Team Champions, Breezango. Meanwhile, the former NXT UK Tag Team Champions, the Grizzled Young Veterans, that's Zach Gibson and James Drake, will take on Everrise, the team of Matt Martell and Chase Parker. That's going to be a heck of a matchup for sure. Are we going to see more of Raquel Gonzalez in action? Are you going to see Mercedes Martinez and Io Shirai tomorrow? Are we going to see more of Xia Li? The women's division is getting hotter. And I'll tell you one thing, Toni Storm, it'll be very interesting to see if she's going to make an appearance as well. We haven't heard from her in a couple of weeks. We'll find out for sure. Because we know Toni Storm wants to be the NXT Women's Champion. And and her new attitude may have helped her. So a lot of things have changed in the women's division. What's going to happen now? Karrion Kross beat Damian Priest. Is Karrion Kross going to focus himself on Finn Balor? Is Pete Dunne want a piece of Finn Balor? That'll be a heck of a matchup. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow night at NXT. All we know is the 2 Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Match Classics are going to happen. When is the Women's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic going to happen? We'll find out in the upcoming weeks. We'll find out the teams that will be formed there as well. I'm looking forward to it. All right. So this is it. That's all the time we have on the Raw ThunderDome Round-up for January 11th, 2021. That was yesterday. Episode 18 of WEML-TV Channel 77 has been complete. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Any questions, everything else, let me know. I'll do more WBF thoughts, wrestling booking fantasy thoughts. Guys, come up with more ideas. And hopefully on comments, I know Von Baskin will probably go off on a tangent because he always likes to go off storyline. That's the thing. I try to get him. Let's focus back on the storyline. But it helps me give me some ideas about the WBF thoughts of who I would like to talk about next on my subject, and all that. You know how WBF thoughts work. I told you. So we'll see what happens, and I'm looking forward to what will happen in this upcoming week. As you know, according to weather, storm-free weekend. I think it'll be raining on Saturday. The high is supposed to be 48, so which is not that bad, really. Rumor has the polar vortex is supposed to come like some kind of next week. We don't know if we're going to have some snow in the forecast or what. We don't know. Weather here in New England is very unpredictable half the time, but it's unpredictable in the South. It looks like the South got some snow, and it snowed in Texas, we're going to say. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens, okay? I'll see you guys later, though. I'll check you guys out on episode number 19 of WEML TV Channel 77. All right, I'll see you guys later. Peace, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.